Remember what we talked about in the last video regarding Kobe Bryant's demise when it comes to the reverberation, the esoteric reverberation, the esoteric understanding surrounding it, as well as the scripts and the ritualistic, full circle undercurrent. So we understand that LeBron James went to the 76ers and it had a lot to do with, what took place 6-7 years ago where LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers faced the Philadelphia 76ers on a day that represents the GOAT, which is Saturday, to pass Kobe Bryant in scoring. And then 6 years later, he comes to the team that he went against to pass Kobe in scoring. And also you have a connection with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, where Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he reaches a buyout agreement with the Memphis Grizzlies, and he's going to sign with Philly. And it's all full circle. It's a full circle undercurrent, because on January 25th, 2020, as we see here, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope wore a shirt that denoted or signified Kobe's death. Especially when you look at it in hindsight. Before, you just see, he got on a shirt that represents Kobe burning up or what have you. But then you understand the esoteric, undercurrent or even overcurrent, just when it comes to what we know about Kobe's demise. And then also, you add in conjunction the esoteric element with the Miami Heat. Once again, they didn't just face the Miami Heat in the bubble for no reason. It was for Kobe Bryant. You got to ask yourself, around that time, nobody had Miami pegged to go to the finals that year. Nobody. Everybody thought it was going to be the Bucks or the Raptors or the Celtics. Miami, they went on that magic carpet ride for a reason. It was esoteric. Giannis shut down in that playoffs for a reason. It wasn't their time yet until the very next year. Right? So in 2020, the Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics to go to the finals. They lose to the LA Lakers because it was all esoteric. It's in reference to Kobe Bryant and his demise. Think about it. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope wears this shirt that represents, what took place with Kobe before it even took place. This is how you know that this is all set up. These things are set up. And yes, it is real. It's not to say that they're set up and it's orchestrated. It's real, but it's based in the understanding of these people who take oaths and agreements where they know, okay, this is something I have to submit to. Like Kobe, he was willing, he understood. So he pretty much sacrificed himself. He was someone who just loved basketball so much. He seemed like a person that you could tell had troubles in regards to coping with not playing basketball. Even though, on his face, it looked like he could handle it, but you can tell Kobe Bryant innately was someone who just was in love with basketball. And I say that to say that, it was easy for him to be willing to, sacrifice himself. And I'm saying that based off of the industry and the premise of it and the elements of agreeing to these things. These people have to agree to these things, believe it or not. Believe it or not. So Kobe Bryant passes away. We understand, the crash. He burnt up in the little field in Calabasas, California, which is 33. And I'm gonna keep mentioning this. Every time I talk about Kobe Bryant and his demise, I always mention this because it's important for y'all to understand the element of orchestration for it, the element of, esotericism, purposeful esotericism. So when it comes to Kobe Bryant and his demise and they burn up, it's all for a reason. It's esoteric. It's based in the understanding of enlightenment, 33. And also, you have the predictive element where Tyga, the rapper Tyga, has a video that blatantly alludes to it. I don't understand how people could let these things go over their head and they still just whatever. Like, no, they telling you what world you live in by letting you know that these things are set up. They give you clues when it comes to these things, and nobody changes. Nobody said, okay, I gotta change the way I approach these things now. Being that I know that this is bullshit when it comes to celebrity or entertainment or the industry. They feed you bullshit. And the reason why I'm emphasizing it is because it's right. Like the hints and the clues is right in your face. It's right in your face. If you come across a video like Young Kobe from Tiger, and this came out in 2011, and we understand what happened with Kobe in 2020, shouldn't that like give you some sort of alarming understanding of the industry, and you change your approach? And I'm only saying that with the assumption that most of these people, they don't have an understanding. So when they see that, it helps them understand, like, okay, wow, like what's going on here, like for real. They continue to suffer from cognitive dissonance, and they just live and whatever. No, you have to understand the nefarious aspect of this world. That way, you know how to move accordingly. Motherfuckers just still let this shit just be like fall to the wayside. It's like whatever. No, you have to understand how this world works. If these things that you see is nefarious and is deceptive, then you should understand the whole world is deceptive. Everything. Every element of entertainment for you is bullshit when it comes to the nefarious aspects of it. Not even talking about just deaths. I'm just talking about all the shit that's presented to you where it's authentic. It's not. Not even the finals was authentic. Especially in these days, like we're starting to see the inauthenticity of these things. Or more so, we're starting to see the nefarious aspect. It's more glaring. It's more glaring. Only for the people that already had a mind. Most of these motherfuckers, they don't have no fucking mind, so it's easy for them to be played by all this stuff and not really understand what's going on, even though it's in your face. It's right in your face. Even when it comes to the World Cup and Messi and the guy that he's going against, it's nefarious stuff with that when it comes to a full circle moment. This world is a stage. It is. It's a stage. This man wears this shirt on 125-20, the day that the Lakers beat the Philadelphia 76ers and LeBron passes Kobe. Saturday for the GOAT. A shirt that shows Kobe burned up, which signifies what would happen to him the next day. And they go against the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. You cannot make this stuff up. You can't see that this is all esoteric. You can't see it. And then the very next year, the LA Lakers, they lose to the eventual team that will make it to the finals in the West for a reason. The Suns, because the sun element was prominent in 2020. Mind you, the Suns, they had like a little magic carpet ride in the bubble as well, even though they didn't make it to the playoffs, but they went on like some little streak. They just didn't make it to the playoffs. And they carried that momentum into next year by beating the Lakers in the first round. And then they made it to the finals. It was esoteric. It wasn't just some shit that you see that's like, standard basketball. It wasn't some shit that was just regular. It had to happen. The Bucks had to go against the Suns in the finals the very next year because of the element of the deer representing what? The deer representing the horned deity going against the sun. Horus, Herod, like these things, these concepts, they push heavily. Especially around 2020, 2021. That was where they was really like going hard with it. From an esoteric standpoint, from a Luciferian standpoint. Remember, Corona represents the crown of the sun. That's why the sun element was so heavy in 2020. The Lakers, they represent the sun. They go against the heat. You have this fire element, this sun element. It was based on enlightenment. Everything about 2020 represented something new that was to come afterwards. That's why you had this whole reset thing and this new normal thing with Corona and all this shit. It represented enlightenment. It pretty much coincided with what took place in 2001 in regards to a reset. Not saying like the similarities, I'm just talking about a reset. Because it was a reset after COVID, just like it was a reset after the Twin Towers. Because those years represent duality. It represents rebirth. 2020 is the same as 2011. 2-2, 11-11. 2001 is the same thing. 2-11, 11-11. Right? Or 21, which is 11. 2-1. The understanding of you entering in between the portal, or more so the twin pillars, and you go into rebirth. That's what it represents. That's what it represents. So 2020 was like a rebirth year in regards to a great reset. That's why you had this whole new normal thing. And afterwards, you had the whole push with the vaccines and whatnot. All these things that that were new to the world, right? And it all happened after 2020. This whole world we live in, brothers and sisters, it's a stage. It's a stage. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know, like when Miami made it to the playoffs, or when Miami made it to the finals, it was a surprise to me because nobody had these people pegged to go to the finals. Nobody had Jimmy Butler leading them to the finals. It was just out of nowhere. But you have to realize that it was based in something esoteric. They needed Miami to face LA. They needed it to be Lakers versus Miami in the finals. It represented the demise of Kobe Bryant. That's what it did. That's what it was. Once again, that's why Tiger Woods and certain other celebrities, they alluded to fire when they would talk about Kobe Bryant. Because it was all esoteric. This right here is a plain giveaway. Mind you, the full circle element. Philadelphia 76ers. This was the game. This was the game. This was the day. 125-20. And now this year in 2026 in July, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope most likely is going to sign with the Philadelphia 76ers if he hasn't already. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, we already know, obviously played with LeBron James. He's associated with LeBron James. I think he's a Clutch client as well. They understand these things. He's most likely someone who's put under programming, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I remember him, because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's from Atlanta. You know what I mean? I remember he started his career in Detroit. And around the time where I was living in Atlanta, because I think he played for the Bulldogs or whatnot. Like he went to the same school as Anthony Edwards. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's important for us to understand these patterns because it's letting you know what time it is and what world we live in. It's a nefarious world. It's based in lies and deception. It's bullshit. You have to understand that. Even when it comes to your entertainment, they tell you have to pick up on it. It's in your face. And it's apt that this is happening in the year 2026. 2666 is for the GOAT. But also 2026, we already know that Kobe Bryant died on 126. It's interesting. LeBron James made his decision 24 days after, you know, they opened up free agency. So all this stuff was numerical and it made sense. It's all based in the Kobe Bryant ritual. That's what it's based in. Even Jelly Bean Joe Bryant, he wore number 23 for Philly. LeBron represents this passing of the torch per se. He did his duty in LA, and now he goes back to Philly, where it all started when it comes to the esoteric occurrence. Starting off on January 20th, 2025, where he passes Kobe in scoring on a Saturday. Saturday represents the GOAT, and 76 represents the GOAT. None of this stuff just happens. It's all planned. And it's easy to pick up on once you understand the meaning of these things. Saturday represents Saturn, the Roman goat god. Then you go into Sunday. Remember, the sun. Kobe Bryant dies on that Sunday, right? It's plain. Calabasas, California, 33. 33 is an illusion or represents enlightenment going into the sun. 2020 was a year of enlightenment when it comes to celebrities. A lot of celebrities, they try to normalize like how they communicate with you when it comes to like social media, them being on YouTube and making videos to make it seem as if they're the normal, you know, regular citizen. This is how they pull people in when it comes to that COVID shit. All this shit was based in enlightenment and a change in the world. That's all it was. And Kobe Bryant, you know, he represented that to a degree, especially when it comes to like Google. When you would Google COVID in the Hebrew or something and it would translate as Kobe, almost letting you know that this whole shit is a fucking script. Remember that time around 2020 when we was able to Google COVID and like I think it was in Hebrew and it went into Kobe. It's like, you can't not make none of this shit up. You can't make none of this shit up. You can't. It was almost like them letting you know that the virus represented Kobe Bryant or something like that, like his spirit or some shit, you know? Because that was the year. 2020 was the year of Kobe and COVID. If you think about it, right? So we just gotta understand this world that we live in is just a stage, man. It's just a stage. These people that y'all put on the pedestal, y'all can't put these people on no pedestal, man. These motherfuckers are actors. They actors, that's all they are. They actors to the overall grand scheme of this world when it comes to this shit being a stage. Everybody's an actor, but they the grand actors when it comes to trying to influence the masses, right? But we all fucking actors, man, and actresses.